What's up, guys? Hashtag let the people decide. I'm Moto. I'm your host this evening. Let's press ever forward. Next, we're going to talk about illegal immigration. And we're going to watch a video during the break about an amazing group headed up by Brian Colfaggy called We Build the Wall. They've already gotten more than a mile built on the southern border, and it is deterring illegal immigration. They built it specifically and strategically in one of the highest traffic areas on our southern border. But if you remember, I think it might have been about 6 weeks, maybe 2 months ago, President Trump sent out some tweets, and he told illegal immigrants not to get very comfortable because you're going to be being removed very, very soon. And it looks like that President Trump is making good on that promise. There's another round of ICE raids that are supposed to begin on Sunday. And these people are going to be deported, okay? They're not going to be taken to concentration camps and gassed in bushels, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. One of the key features of a concentration camp is that you can't leave. So any of these people are free to leave our detention centers and go back where they came from. And if it's so terrible here, I'm not sure why they would be headed this direction in the first place. But there's a new migrant camp that's being built southwest of San Antonio, Carrizo Springs. They've got plans to put 250 kids there right now, but it should be expanding to 1,300 by the time they're done, which will make it one of the biggest in the country. So that's probably some infrastructure preparation for these deportations. But it's not a matter of heartlessness. You got to know how many people are in your house, or you're not going to have enough food in the cupboard. Not to mention wear and tear on your roads and bridges, law enforcement, sending money Walmart to Walmart back out of the country. You know, I went to a Kendra Horn event to harass her a little bit about the border. And one of her supporters that was there, a young black girl, very nice until she was triggered. And then she was not very nice. In fact, the police got a little concerned that we were going to have a heated exchange. But I'm very happy to let psychotic liberals act like psychotic liberals. Anyways, she tried to tell me that, you know, you can't get a paycheck unless you have a social security number. So these immigrants had to be paying taxes or else they couldn't get paid from their jobs. My response to which was to pull my wallet and a $5 bill out and ask her if she had ever opened a lemonade stand before. So, you know, we have the problem of our currency being paid untaxed and then being Walmart to Walmarted back out of the country. And those are just some of the problems that you have with illegal immigration. That's not even mentioning infiltration by international terror groups, the amount of fentanyl that's made its way across the border. I saw a great video online this morning of a Coastie jumping on top of a drug smuggling submarine and punching it until they opened the door and he arrested him. But it's gotten so absurd that they're proposing that President Trump can't even have the question of citizenship on our census. So you can't ask on the U.S. Census whether someone is a U.S. citizen or not. By the way, that's something to be proud of. It's the greatest nation on earth and the only one there should be. But why would these Democrats be going so crazy that they're openly telling us they don't want to know who is a citizen and who's not? What would make that a logical avenue of approach for them? Well, in my opinion, it's the process of elimination, mixed with a little bit of the fact that there is no tomorrow for these people. They are watching votes leave the Democrat Party by the millions. There is a mass exodus, especially in the minority communities in America right now, from the Democrat voting rolls. So they need millions, probably tens of millions of new voters that are in the equation that were not a part of the presidential election in 2016. Quite frankly, because too many Americans voted for President Trump, and they know that will happen again. He's delivering on everything that he told us he would do, promises made and promises kept. So, hashtag Blexit. You see Candace Owens and Turning Point and PragerU leading this amazing campaign online and in the media against these myths that have been told by the Democrat Party for the last 5 decades. And what you witness from the Democrats, because they recognize it also, is that they have abandoned the black vote. Now they are completely obsessed with the Hispanic vote and the LGBT PIAQ 7,000 plus community, because they see those as the only wells they can go to replace this mass exodus of the black vote. Also, that's the only reason I could fathom why they would be insane enough to publicly support giving felons who are incarcerated currently the ability to vote. Because they're looking at boxes full of a bunch of warm bodies and they want to put ballots in their hands so that they stand a chance. They might still lose and probably will still lose no matter what they do, but it is irrefutable that if you have the same people voting in 2020 that voted in 2016, it is going to be another Trump landslide. So the elitist Democrats are completely disconnected from the American people. They're relying on data and metrics from marketing firms who are probably just filling them full of a bunch of sunshine anyways. And that's what we saw in 2016 when the media and every pundit on the planet was convinced Hillary Clinton was going to win. No chance Donald Trump was going to be the president of the United States. And all of their cronies were actually so sure that they were super sloppy in the rear guard. And now we're catching them everywhere. Child sex trafficking scandals, FISA abuse. All of it's coming unwound right before our eyes and right before 2020. We couldn't ask for a better situation than this. And Nancy Pelosi's got her own party that is giving her a hell of a time in her caucus, and now even calling her racist. The left is eating their own. They created this fantastical world that doesn't exist with a bunch of fanatical, useful idiot liberals like AOC. And now this monster that they've raised has gotten out of control, and you see Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats trying to minimalize that group of people. That's just 4 or 5 people. Who cares? Oh, well, it's 4 or 5 people when you're headed into 2020 and you're going to have a hard time holding on to the House, period. So I wouldn't make those ladies just too upset, Nancy Pelosi, or else they might vote against you for spite, and then your entire political status quo that you've done all of this calculating for and spent all this money for and promised all these favors to all these donors for is going to go up in smoke. I can't wait to see it. We're going to be right here at Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite and hashtag OTU Media watching it happen. All right, guys, we're going to take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.